So let's think about this. 3 outstanding colleges, Olin College of Engineering, Babson College of Business and Entrepreneurship, and Wellesley College, a leading liberal arts college, are celebrating today a new alliance. These 3 institutions, each distinguished in their own right and having very different missions, are forming a really unique partnership. And you might ask, how did this ever start? Well, it didn't start with the 3 of us up here saying it's going to begin. It actually, the momentum for this collaboration came from the faculty, from students and staffs at the 3 institutions who are already collaborating on many projects very successfully. And a part of that collaboration was actually a collaboration by the 3 presidents who have been teaching a 3-college course called Ethics and Leadership. And the great advantage of that course, in addition to being, I think, a very interesting course and kind of a nice mix of students from the 3 colleges, is that the 3 presidents had time to spend with one another. And during that time, we were able to think about and appreciate the opportunities that would be offered by such a unique partnership. So today, the presidents want to acknowledge this great beginning. We want to build on the momentum. We want to inspire our various constituencies to think big about truly interdisciplinary approaches to important problems. We want our students to focus both on their intellectual development and how they can put those intellectual abilities, effectively to use in the world. This collaboration will allow things to be done that no school could do alone.
As the news got out into the local papers a few weeks ago about this joint statement of intent of cooperation and intent, the folks worked very hard to try and box us in. So the first conversation was, well, exactly what are you going to do, okay? Who's going to do it, and oh yeah, and by the way, exactly how much money are you going to save from the process? And then as we looked at the blogs and the comments on the newspaper articles, we found lots of people trying to say, I don't understand what's such a big deal here. Isn't this just like the 5 college consortia? Or isn't this just like the Worcester consortia? Or isn't this just like a list of others that are all over the place? And the answer is no, it really isn't, okay? And it really isn't, simply partially driven by our incapacity to answer any of those questions about what this is really going to mean. Okay? And that's what makes this special. People have emerged who are intrigued by new forms of collaboration and cooperation, and are asking us to do the thing that a president can do that can most enable something to happen, which is simply say, this is okay. And not only say this is okay, but actually say this is good. And then leave it to the incredibly bright and talented people in the 3 communities to figure out what this is.
Let me give you a couple of illustrations of things that are still tentative, that are still in the early planning stages, that illustrate the kinds of high-level collaboration that we envision and that are likely to become real very soon. One of them is a joint 3-college program which has a working title at this point, as a work in progress, of Ideas for Environment and Sustainability. This is the result of a number of joint meetings of a faculty committee that spans all 3 campuses for several months. They now have a vision for this, and what it amounts to is an integration of business, engineering, and the liberal arts, focusing on the environment. Another illustration is one that's not quite as completed yet, but I think has the potential for drawing a great deal of national attention to this partnership. This is hosting a very large meeting on the Wellesley College campus next spring as part of the regional conferences of the National Academy of Engineering series of meetings on the grand challenges. For those who aren't familiar with those, you could go to their website, the National Academy's website, and read them. They have identified 14 grand challenges that must be solved in order to preserve life as we know it on the planet, essentially. It has to do with sustainable energy, with global climate change, with affordable quality health care for all, with security in an age of terrorism. All these problems have technology at their root. None of these problems will be solved by technology alone.